How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. All right, so today we are going to be talking about German culture shocks, and it is by a guy named Cory Chance. Um, Looks like a really good video, so let's check it out.
Hey everybody. So recently I just got back from Germany visiting my girlfriend, and there were some pretty significant culture differences from America and Germany. And I think I got a really good taste of German culture because I didn't get to go to any of the tourist areas. As soon as I landed at the airport, I was picked up, I was whisked away to the countryside. So this is a little bit more of northern.
I couldn't help but notice those stairs look really, really steep. Um, I only have seen these type of stairs like in really, really old houses, but nowadays they have quite big stairs. So, wow, that's really small. Holy cow.
Germany. I got to see how people lived in Germany. I got to stay in a German house. I didn't see other tourists in Germany. So I got a really great first impression of Germany. These are my biggest culture shocks I experienced my 2 weeks in Germany as an American. So the first culture shock is, of course, is when I got into the car. I kind of noticed all the cars kind of look the same. I guess in America we're used to these big pickup trucks and big SUVs, and then we have the smaller cars too. But in Europe, all the cars seemed exactly the same. And then when we started driving, it kind of makes sense now because they're all smaller because the roads are super, super tiny. I almost think German
Okay.
drivers, I haven't looked up the stats, are
Wow.
safer than Americans because in America we have a lot of straight roads that are big and it gets boring and you want to pick up your cell phone and start looking at it. And yeah, you go off the road and your car explodes. And Germany, what I saw is the roads were not really straight. It was a lot of winding and turning, and they were much, much smaller. And these towns are just hundreds and hundreds of years old, that they didn't
Yeah.
anticipate that one day we're going to have cars. That's why the roads are so tiny. That's my theory, anyways. But yeah, I think I might be onto something. Another big difference, so of course I vlog on YouTube, is I can't film people in public. This was a big shocker. I pulled out my camera and Little B's like, no, no, don't film these people. You're not supposed to do that. And I'm like, I can't film it. It's the town center thing. It's really beautiful here. How can I
Interesting.
film it if there's people here? I was like, they're not going to go away anytime soon. So I was really shocked that I'm not allowed to film in public.
You know what? I actually watched this girl. She just moved to Kuwait, and she recently done a video that had something that she wasn't supposed to do video on it, so she had to take it down, and that's crazy. I've never heard of that until just recently. So,
And we did do a few things like film in a store, and we were asked to leave. I feel like in America we could get
oh
away with
wow,
this a lot more unless we were being
yeah.
disruptive or disturbing. But in the store, we weren't being disruptive or disturbing, but they didn't want us filming in the store. And that was a little bit sad. But in America, when you're out in public, we view it as that you don't actually have this privacy, that you're in public, everybody, there's cameras everywhere. Buildings have cameras, the police have cameras, everybody has a cell phone with cameras. There is no
Yeah.
right to privacy in America. And honestly, I kind of like that a lot better. It makes sense. We're not supposed to be doing anything crazy.
It totally makes sense. And one thing I do not get is how like anybody could look up anybody's record in America because it's just open to the public. It's like that's weird.
In public anyways, so it shouldn't be that big of a deal to be filmed. Anyways, I hope Germany decides to change that one day. That'd be really, really cool because I definitely wanted to take more footage out in public. Something actually really cool while I was trying to film in public is a ton of cars came by, and I asked my girlfriend, Little B, if I could film this, and she said, yes, it's okay to film the cars. And they all were honking. I'm like, what's going on? And she's like, oh, it's a wedding. So they all go crazy and they start honking like crazy because it's wedding time. I'm like, okay, they're letting everybody know that this is a wedding. This is good to know.
We do that in America too, but nowadays you don't really see it. I feel like I've seen it a lot when I was like younger, but not so much anymore.
So while we're driving around, I noticed gas stations that there's no credit card thing. You just swipe it. You actually fill up your tank first, and they trust you to go in and pay after you took all their gas. But speaking of which, let's just get into this right here. I just remembered I took my girlfriend to a very nice restaurant, and I try to pay at the end of the bill with my debit card. And she's like, no. So I pull out, okay, what about my Visa? No, we don't take Visa or MasterCard. And I was like, what? You don't take my credit card? What am I going to do here? And it wasn't the first time this happened. It also happened in a grocery store. It happened multiple places. I ended up just getting used to carrying cash. And as an American, we don't actually carry cash. I hardly ever carry cash. To me, it doesn't feel normal to have a bunch of cash on me. But here in Germany,
Same.
just in case I was going to go to the store or maybe go out to eat, I was like, do I need to take like $200 with me? Like, how much cash should I have on hand? Anyways, this was
Oh,
definitely
that sucks.
really different for me. And maybe it's a good thing too, because maybe then I'll know it's like, okay, well, with a credit card that you just swipe, 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 and then all of a sudden you're like, how did I spend so much money? But in Germany, yeah, if you're paying with the cash thing, then you have to physically go and get more cash and bring it and physically go get more cash. I actually think this might actually be a good thing.
Yeah, I agree with them. I had to go back because those bottles right there, I didn't realize. Um, I watched while watching a video is like that's how they stock them like that, like in the cases, and you could either buy the case or you could open the case up and take them out. Like that is beyond strange to me, but makes sense. But it does kind of look like when there's a bunch of stuff just open and laying out, it kind of doesn't look the best, I guess. I guess it doesn't matter. But then also, if you buy the whole case, it's actually cheaper to buy the whole case than uh individual. Hi. He woke up from his nap. Orange. He trying to bite it. All right. Hi.
Cash and bring it and physically go get more cash. I actually think this might actually be a good thing. And speaking of restaurants, a lot of the restaurants we went to, the people actually lived upstairs or next to the restaurant. It was all built in. All the buildings seemed to be very, very old, and people would just remodel the inside and turn it into a business. And I kind of felt like this is like small time America. You kind of see this too. They have the second story, and people actually live up there. They have apartments up there too. And so it kind of felt like old school America. And again, I like to think of Germany as the old world. So my first impression of German restaurants and everything, it was really nice. It was very friendly. It was more mom and pop restaurants. And I actually really liked it. That was really, really great. But again, I kind of
I love mom and pop restaurants. I love them. And as a kid, I felt like I went to a lot of them. And now, anymore, there's not really any. It's crazy how times change just that fast.
kind of wonder how the cities are in the tourist areas. I bet it's completely different. Someone's going to be like, I went to Germany. I was able to use all my credit cards, and there was nobody living upstairs in the restaurant. But yeah, this is my experience, what I experienced in Germany. But yeah, everybody in America, Germany is amazing.
You have to go here.
Yes.
Thank you so much. And big love from every US person from Germany. Mwah.
Okay, so the other thing
cool.
that was a huge culture shock is the toilets in Germany. They call it toiletta. Anyways, I don't know, it doesn't sound too fancy to me. But anyways, so the toilets all had one thing. They all had one of these next to the toilet. In Germany, this is standard practice in a public toilet. You have to clean your toilet. It's just common courtesy. That makes a lot of sense. All the
Wow.
toilets I went to seemed very, very clean. But here's the other thing. Not only are you supposed to clean your toilet after using it, you're also supposed to pay to use the toilet. 50 cents to $1 is kind of standard customary. And in America, no. We just drive everywhere and you just go run into McDonald's and you
Yeah, but it is like amazing. What, baby? He wants me. So we're gonna pause for a moment. Alrighty, I am back. Um, Also, I was gonna mention that I don't know how well I would do if all of the cars here in America look the same because I mean, ours don't look the same, and I've gotten into a car that wasn't my car because I thought it was my car, and it definitely was not. So, um, yeah, I just had to share that with you guys.
Use the restroom or go into a gas station, you use the restroom. And in Germany, it's standard that you have to pay to do that. And so that's definitely a huge culture shock.
I would definitely pay than have the restrooms that we have here. But yeah, I've heard that their bathrooms are wonderful. Like it's just full service.
And especially when you don't carry cash with you and you have to go, it's like, oh no, am I supposed to go on a tree? I don't know. But anyways, I actually like that their toilets seemed a little different. Like there wasn't really much water in the toilets, and in America we have much more water. So I wonder if that's why the whole cleaning issue too. There's not much water, so say if you go number two, yeah, you're gonna have to definitely use one of these. And I actually like this. I like actually making sure that you always keep a clean toilet in your house, or
Yeah.
when you go out in public, you're gonna have a clean toilet. This is good. So it's a pro and a con there, but it was definitely a huge culture shock. I wasn't expecting it. I wasn't used to it. Here's a really big one: nudity, getting naked in Germany.
Like
I am very shy. I would be called conservative when it comes to getting naked. I don't want anybody to see me. I'm probably over the top, hyper self-conscious too. I don't even want my girlfriend to see me naked. So when I went to Germany and she's like, let's go to the sauna. And I'm like, the sauna, we have to get naked? And she's like, yeah, we're going to get naked in the sauna. And there's going to be a lot of other people there. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of other people there. Here's one. Okay, when in Rome, let's do it then. Anyways, I make sure to keep a towel in front of me, and actually, honestly, it was a ton of fun. So my 2 weeks in Germany, I went twice. I would have went 3 times. It was actually awesome. I didn't feel like anybody was looking at me. I didn't feel self-conscious. I didn't feel like anybody stared at me, and I know I wasn't staring at anybody. And it was a lot of fun. And a few of the sauna things, they put ice on it, and there was like a bunch of us in the room. And when they put ice on the rocks, it just got so hot, and they were waving towels, and the heat was coming. People were like screaming, "Yeah!" Okay, I'm exaggerating. They were going, "Ugh."
I was
I don't
like,
know.
okay,
Germans
I'm
make a
gonna
different,
have to.
unique sound, I think, than Americans. My opinion. Anyways, I was the last one to leave that, and it was really, really hot, but that was really, really cool. It felt like we all went through like this crazy experience together naked, and we all survived. And I was
That's
glad I was the last one to leave too. And also, I wasn't the biggest person there. Actually, I saw
I knew there was a sauna thing, but I did not know that they'd done it like buck naked. I figured that they would just keep the white robe on, but
lots of
cool.
actually big people in Germany too. This made me feel a little bit happier that I wasn't the only big person. So that made me really, really happy. So actually, when I go back to Germany, I'm totally looking forward to going back to the sauna. It's not much money. It's a lot of fun. It's an experience. And you feel really, really awesome. I feel like I could breathe better. I could move better. I
What?
just recently hurt my knee, so then my knee felt better. And I'm like, yeah. So anyways, I'm a huge fan of the saunas.
Interesting.
I wish there were more in America. I haven't actually seen one in America, but
Definitely have not seen one looking like that. What he just showed, because I'm thinking like this room, and it just a room, and that's pretty much it. And you just sit on a bench, and I don't know. I guess sweat. I don't know the purpose of it, but that looks like it's a good time.
they makes this maybe up in the northern part of America. I don't know, but this is something I've never seen in America that Germans do. And Germans seem that they're more liberal when it comes to nudity. In America, we're very conservative when it comes to nudity. So, but nobody look at me. Nobody better be picturing me naked either. I'm kidding. It just got awkward in the room really, really fast, right? All right. Another big shocker is, so yeah, I was kind of debating one day maybe I might move to Germany, maybe. And I was trying to look at different things like the prices of utilities and groceries and everything, Germany is very, very expensive. Which is funny is I actually saw somebody else say that Germany was very, very cheap, another American. And I was kind of like maybe a different part of Germany, but the countryside, I was looking at prices and so electricity here where I live in Florida is 7 to 8 cents a kilowatt. In Germany, it's over 30 to 32 cents a kilowatt, somewhere around that range. So it's right around 3, 4 times more expensive. So if I spend
Wow.
$1,000 in America over the year on electricity, in Germany I'm going to spend $3,000 to $4,000. That's a whole vacation right there to Iceland or
Wow.
Hawaii, honeymoon maybe. So I was like, whoa. So utilities expensive. So also I noticed gas prices. They were $1.34 a liter. Those are in euros. So
618.
actually 4 liters about in a gallon. Do the math. It's right around maybe close to $6 a gallon. So in Germany, it's about $6 a gallon. In Florida, it's about $2.34 a gallon. So Germany, it's about 2.5 times more expensive than in Florida. Also, little B, she has no air conditioning. And I was like, what? I can't live without air conditioning. I need air conditioning. I can't sleep without air conditioning. But thankfully, I looked up what the weather is, and in Fahrenheit, it's only high gets up into the upper 70s in June and July. I heard 2019 was an extremely hot year for them, though, that apparently it may have gotten up to 100 degrees Fahrenheit. And that seems a little scary, but it didn't last very long. The average temperature seemed to be in about the 70s in the summer. So that seems really cool. Okay, I
That's
see how they can get
nice.
away with not having air conditioning. I'm still shocked though that air
Well,
conditioning is
that'd
not
be
normal
why.
in Germany. But even if it was normal, can you imagine what their prices would be though? I was thinking again my electric bill would be
Hmm.
so in America, we changed the drinking age to 21 and the smoking age to 21. In Germany, you can actually drink at 14 with your parents, or 16, you can drink beer. And at 18, you can drink the harder stuff, and you can start smoking at 18 in Germany. And this is definitely completely different than
It,
America, especially the smoking thing. And
that changed.
America, I think that
21
we
now.
have done so much advertising about how horrible cigarettes are that nobody wants to be smoking. It's more of a taboo now. I noticed in Germany there was a lot of people that they seemed like they were smoking, and it seemed kind of normal to actually be smoking. And also there were smoking booths in the airport. I have not seen this in America, but I'm wondering, I haven't been to a ton of airports, but I haven't seen multiple smoking booths where you go in and you can go in and just start, everybody's in this giant booth and they're all smoking. And it seems very, very.
All right, so this is, I do want to know this. So when my friend Joe visits from Manchester, England, um, he brings a pouch, and on that pouch has like a picture of somebody like coughing up blood or, something super duper gross, um, probably to try to get you not to smoke. But he rolls them individually as he goes. It's like a spliff or a spliffy or something. Um, but so does Germany do that? Do you guys just get regular packs with 20 cigarettes in them already ready to go, ready to smoke, or do you got to roll it as you go? I want to know. Put it down in the comments below.
Normal to have a smoking booth on every little corner. And I was like, whoa, this is crazy too. So smoking is kind of a huge thing, I guess. I don't know. But in America, we definitely consider that more of a taboo.
No, we don't.
Most businesses in America, you are not allowed to smoke and not allowed to smoke in front of their door. You tend to have to go further
Well, I
away about
guess. Yes,
100
yes.
feet.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, it was a big culture shock there too to actually see that. Anyways, I think I could go on forever, little differences and everything, but if you like this video, I had a lot of fun telling stories, and definitely hit that like and subscribe button if you haven't, and that definitely helps me. It
Right
wants me to.
on. So yeah, that was very interesting, and there were a couple that I did not know, and I knew the most part. So for the most part, I knew the majority of that. So right on. All right, guys, like and subscribe, and don't forget to comment down below. I appreciate you all. Have a good day. Bye, guys.